Analogy.
Analogy. Analogy.
Analogy.
Analogy.
Virologist from Harvard.
The analogy I keep coming back to is Spanish flu.
You like it?
There
you go. Right, because the analogy is free. Because the analogy is free. Because the analogy is free. Like the booze is free, the beers are free, everything is free.
Cheers.
And then Watson, quite by accident, she made a most compelling analogy. Compelling analogy. Compelling analogy.
That's kind of a stupid analogy.
They are seductive, but ultimately they're a little bit hollow. The analogy I would always use is, I remember the summer when Chips Ahoy or whoever, they came up with these chocolate chip cookies that were like...
You got shitty boobs.
Hey, the analogy's breaking.
Yeah, maybe a little. You know what I fucking mean.
Advice, but...
Why do you
No. I'm not the dog in this analogy.
You're not?
No.
So Stephen Horowitz was what, some kind of Robin Hood?
The analogy is not perfect, but in a manner of speaking, yes.
Agatha's what, 36, 37?
If you intend to reduce this to some tired clock analogy...
It's a thing, it happens.
It might be the worst analogy ever. Gordo, help me out here.
Surgeon.
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 Oliver.
I'm a surgeon. I'm a surgeon.
Wow. That's great. What kind?
Mainly of the spine.
You continue to act like you've never seen a dead body before. You were a surgeon, you went to medical school. Surely you worked on cadavers.
Pain. It's a mission of mercy. Me, I'm a surgeon. My favorite kind of patient is unconscious on a table with a tube down his throat.
You cut Emily like a surgeon.
You're just working with the bitch virus. Wow. That was beautiful to watch, Howard, like a surgeon or a concert pianist or something.
How many times must we tell you? I am not dentists. I am parodontist. She is oral surgeon.
So, surgeon, sober companion, detective.
But cancers can be fought and conquered. All it takes is a surgeon.
To stop the bleeding.
Well, then operate. Do whatever you have
I'm
to.
not a surgeon. We don't have anesthesia or equipment. I can't even tell which organ is injured without an MRI.
The same neighborhood is Dr. Harold Hadley's office, the military surgeon who performed several procedures on her. That's why she was looking for the folder.
Good to finally have the proper tools and medicines. Back in the day, the surgeon would have just cut your leg off and hoped for the best.
You mean like how they've assigned an experienced combat surgeon to pediatrics?
I'm not saying it isn't important.
Claire must be the surgeon. Only she can stop the bleeding.
Category. 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 Category.
Category.
This is quarterback. I have a situation.
You have 85 seconds.
I need help.
Category.
Somebody tried to kill me. There's a body.
Storm's a Category 2. The Category 2. The Category 2. Captain's recommending we head back.
Here's Category 1. Category 1. Category 1. Letters DFW, BOS, MSP. Yeah, you got a good eye.
My brother and I took him down in 2017.
You know, he was one of the biggest Category 3s ever. He was 2,500 tons of awesome.
Jack, category.
What's a category is? What's a good category?
Good categories.
Cereal.
That's a good category.
What's your favorite cereal?
Benjamin Barber, perspective.
Perspective what?
I'm a pre-cadet at the academy.
I didn't realize that was a category.
Florence.
Well, certainly your husband doesn't fall into the category of import.
I'm glad I made it to the animate category.
To understand why our baby has been put on the high-risk category.
And which category do your thoughts on the vice presidency fall into?
Dive.
Dive.
Dive. Dive. Dive.
Belay the dive.
We'll open a scuba shop. Hey, I don't dive. Neither do I. We have plenty of time to learn.
We go to that dive bar up the street after work. You should come with us.
Yeah, come with us. Have some fun.
Come on, man.
Get on out.
out loud because I can't believe my own ears. You expect me to deliberately take a dive? Damn, then I'm definitely gonna have to wash this shirt.
Do you want me to dive in?
No. I need you to learn how to delegate.
Rocket, hurry!
All pilots, dive! They're beneath us! Plan. We're gonna climb up on the garbage, unsnap the windows, dive in the dumpster, and grab the spare key on the counter.
I'll dive in with you. Mañana. All right, both feet, I promise. How's that? Well, how about this? I know a decent little dive over in NoHo. We could go drink it off later.
Hey.
What bars did Shauna and Clay frequent?
Mostly Southside dive bar.
Saddle.
Saddle. Saddle.
Saddle. Saddle.
She won't take a saddle. Saddle. Saddle.
Let me grab my saddle. My saddle.
What? No. I didn't ask for your help.
Did you see it? I don't think so. Oh, you'd know so. It has a saddle. Saddle. Saddle.
It's acceptance.
He bucks whenever I saddle him. Not when I saddle him, but when I get him to go through transition.
Spot. That lady has a way of making me sit taller in the saddle.
Well, you guys aren't really back in the saddle?
No, sir. This is a 56 Metropolitan Nash?
Yeah, it reminds me of an old pair of saddle shoes I once had.
Oh, Billy, you should wear a saddle. Yes.
Phil, help me saddle up my horse, will you?
Well, look who's suddenly needed by his father-in-law.
You got 2 hands, 4 wheels, 1 saddle.
And who? Morning. You back in the saddle?
Good way. Nothing I haven't felt after spending a day on the saddle.
Innocent. 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 Innocent.
You and your uncle murdered 3,000 innocent people. Innocent people. Innocent people.
And you help save the lives of a lot of innocent people. The innocent people. The innocent people.
Which is the smart thing to do. You're starting to think for yourself.
I went around the door. All innocent up until that point. Innocent, looking for the key. Total innocence,
Yeah.
Through the window. Your butt.
Pervert.
Millions of innocent lives were lost.
I know how pathetic that sounds now, but it was innocent enough, and then real life kicks in, and...
After I was hit by a drunk driver who was found innocent.
Drunk.
I betrayed a man. A good man. An innocent man. A thief.
Just children, Doctor. Pure, innocent souls.
He was in prison. And like your dad, he was innocent.
You know he's innocent,
Do what you're talking about and he won't be.
but he'll still be alive.
You understand?
And her husband, she's innocent.
Thanks, Kent.
You're welcome, Jan.
Look,
Interfere.
Interfere. Interfere. Interfere. Interfere.
I had the magic beans in my grasp, and you sent this very attractive devil woman to interfere. You are a curse on my life.
What's no coconut?
Never interfere with the first-person shooter.
Consent to the wedding.
Keep close watch over her. We don't want anything to interfere with our next move.
This is a test site for a new weapon. His orders were to observe but not interfere.
Brass must have wanted to make sure the weapon worked.
Awareness of you at MI6. He thought you might interfere.
If those women were indeed his victims, now he knows our plan. He can interfere.
you know we're gonna figure this out.
Well, I've been asked not to interfere.
I made sure I'm in the loop. We are too close to let the police interfere.
Sorry to interfere with your wedding night.
So,
I'm going to keep moving forward with my operation. I hope I don't have to worry about interference.
I won't interfere. Unless I feel I need to.
Listen to your mother. She's right. Anyone who tries to interfere with my plan is going to have to deal with the Dark One.
All of us.
I'm just supposed to let her ride or die?
Whatever her fate, we can't interfere.
This can get very ugly very fast. Why were you sent here to interfere with her?
No one sent me.
Marvelous.
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 I don't know, Mom.
I think that's a marvelous idea. Marvelous idea. Marvelous idea.
What the fuck is that?
It's a marvelous picture. It's a marvelous picture. It's a marvelous picture. I'm delighted to have it as part of my collection.
Marvelous story. Marvelous story. Marvelous story, Captain.
Spiritual dimension I can see now. You can take all of that away and it's still marvelous recreation.
Oh, look, what a nice gift.
That's the least I could do to thank you for that marvelous dinner.
We are so fortunate to enjoy this marvelous food and drink. Not all among us are so lucky.
I'm the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, that's just marvelous. Talbot wants me dead, and now I have no funds to run with.
Spider-Man, get him Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, The Marvelous Adventures of Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099.
Deb, would you please come up and sing a song for this marvelous audience?
It's wonderful. It's marvelous. You should care for me.
Marvelous work.
Thank you. Now you'll have all the knowledge you'll need.
And what a marvelous coincidence that spinning straw into gold just so happens to be something that I like to do.
Doesn't she have a marvelous voice?
Oh, yeah.
Device.
Device. Device. Device.
Device.
Prisoner, drop the device immediately and retreat to your cell or we will open.
Here's a device called a cycler. It loops the same image over and over again on the video feed.
Looks like they used nails. The only good thing is it was a small device.
Now, if I might deploy this device...
Good. Mr. Etheridge. A recording device was found wired into the central emergency broadcast system.
Put it back together and get out of here.
Who sold you that thing?
It's not the device. The device is good. I've used it before.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna let the government inject a tracking device into my body.
It's basically a tracking device. You just install it on his cell phone and you have cheater GPS.
You used a cruise ship to gain access to me, didn't you?
I utilize any device at my disposal in order to realize my goals.
The scanner. Yeah. No. That little device is worth a small Dubois.
If Sheldon gets out of bed and starts to walk, this device will register it and send the signal to the laptop.
Exhaust.
Exhaust. Exhaust.
Exhaust.
Exhaust.
Remember, I don't think I looked at him more than once. We were exhausted.
I finished up around 8:30. I went home. I was exhausted. That's where I was when I got the phone call.
On the car. Hey, Tony, grab the hearse, new house cap, grab sawzalls. We need to disassemble the exhaust.
What stood out for me was that most death penalty cases take 10 years to exhaust all appeals.
Baby, I was tired, okay? I had an exhausting day, and I did hear some of the songs, like...
You should go to bed.
I will. I'm exhausted.
Thirsting for vengeance. Keep our relentlessly attacked, exhausted Uguay.
Yeah, I just needed a minute.
You look exhausted. How long you been here?
That night I was working on the exhaust system.
My house alarm went off. I mean, what do we have to be nervous about?
Well, we've already exhausted every topic that one would normally talk about on a first date.
And after you confirm that it is his blood, you'll exhaust yourself with conspiracy theories as to how I planted it or how it's all a lie.
Rescuing you is exhausting. I really miss the ability.
I have had 8 hours of sleep in the last week. I am breastfeeding and I am exhausted.
It isn't. We'll find Emma, but we've been searching all night. Everyone's exhausted, yourself included, so we refuel, we regroup.
Fire's in the exhaust system. We gotta get that aerial up to the roof.
Dessert.
Dessert. Dessert. Dessert. Desert.
That's so good.
You ready for dessert?
Dessert? Dessert? Dessert? You just had waffles.
Our work here is done. What should we have for dessert? 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 More. I can't wait to see the expression on Grandma.
Dessert is now being served. Dessert is now being served. Dessert is now being served.
Very busy.
I think it's perfect, I have to say.
Linda, the dessert?
Oh, we're not having dessert.
Hush.
Mrs. Underhill made apple pie for dessert.
This is really awkward. I'm gonna go.
Dessert is coming.
I'm full.
And all you got to do is bring me your dessert up to the next meal. It's real simple.
Okay, what do you want to be normal?
I don't know, eating dessert for breakfast?
So now, with that, let us enjoy the wonderful dessert our new friend Raina has provided.
So does this mean that you can actually sit down and have some dessert?
Here's your dessert.
Thank you. Mike, this looks yummy.
You know, for dessert, after the TV dinners.
Wherever.
Wherever. Wherever. Wherever. Wherever.
Wherever you found this, you put it back.
When I give you the opportunity, go.
How long are you here for?
A few weeks.
Then what?
Then it's off to wherever they want to send me next.
Come out, wherever you are.
That's good. Keep it light.
I know you're in here. I'm gonna find you.
Vicious. Get in.
Where are we going?
Go wherever you all want.
I'd be delighted to take you wherever you'd like.
I'd like to go home.
I say we vote on it.
No.
This isn't the big game, Mr. Quarterback. He can go wherever he wants.
No.
And you, sir, to take a seat.
But where would you have me sit?
Wherever you wish.
I want 3 of them to be exact, and I have someone you want. Go ahead, say hello.
Drive away, wherever you are.
Dad, put him back on the phone.
Well, we catch the lies wherever they come from.
It's gonna be here in an hour, so are you cool if he just sets up camp?
Yep, he can set it wherever he wants. I don't care.
Vinci and the boy. You will accompany Da Vinci wherever he goes.
This is toilets, all that. For now, wherever it says Donnie, you write in your name.